Rob, did you see the Seth MacFarlane debate with Bill Maher on the vaccine? Did you see that?
Yeah.
What'd you think about it?
I loved it because, well, two things. A, I got to see, like, I've been around Seth MacFarlane at a nightclub.
Yeah.
He was drinking Jack Daniels. Really cool guy. Really generous. But to see that, you know, they're both obviously liberals. For him to have that point of view, and for them to actually have the conversation and it not become no, you're wrong, and then the conversation stop. At least I got to.
How long is the longest one, Rob? Can you see what do you have right there?
6:41.
What's the one above it? They're all 6:41.
Except for this 30-second clip.
Play
right
the
here.
30-second one. See what it is. Let's see what the 30-second one is. Go ahead. Play this clip here.
But tell me what we disagree on when you do real time, and we'll try to make that the topic. Because I'd love to,
I think, I mean, look, I think we disagree on the fact that I think that the public health infrastructure, despite being absolutely inadequate prior to COVID, did as good a job as they could have done during COVID. And it pisses me the fuck off when I see people shit on them.
I see it must because you like steered it all the way back to that again. But tell me what we disagree on.
That is pretty wild to say that.
That
they did a good job during COVID, even though it was inadequate pre-COVID.
Do you think he's getting Pat? Does he have to say that? You think, or he genuinely in his heart feels that? Because this is Seth MacFarlane. This guy is
This is a professional actor. He's in that community. He's in that space.
What do you think, Tom? You had to look like I'm not saying he's
by the way, why don't you do
it.
this, Rob? Why don't you go play the 6-minute clip, but just don't play the whole 6 minutes and just play the first go ahead and play this clip, and maybe fast forward a little bit. Go ahead.
But then why are doctors wrong about so much?
Well, they're right about a lot too.
But very often people who aren't doctors have been righter about things.
Like what would be an example of that?
I would think this country did not allow for natural immunity to be considered, and I know this is a subject dear to your heart.
Horrible
like
camera
even if you had the disease, you still had to get a vaccine. That's powerful, stupid. They don't do that in Europe.
I think they do that here. There's mandatory vaccination in schools.
Right, but if you already had the disease, you have natural immunity. We didn't seem to believe in that.
That was
here.
debunked, though. I mean, that's
not debunked.
Don't you know people who've had COVID 4 or 5 times? I do. That's not natural immunity. There's no immunity there. You've had COVID 5 times.
Watch what he says.
Probably because you had too many vaccines. I didn't have COVID.
Did the vaccine gave you COVID?
Well, that's certainly nothing unscientific about the fact that the vaccine, which does weaken you in order to strengthen you.
So as do all vaccines.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But while you're in a weakened state, yes, that's why so many people like me got it, did not have it.
I thought it was a great exchange. But the point is, here's the point, okay? Vinny, 2 years ago, that conversation's not being had.
Absolutely
I'm telling you right now, 3 years ago, that conversation's not being
That would have been taken
down off the internet, right?
But the fact that this conversation is being had, gradually we are being forced to go this way. You know why? Here's how this works. Think about the longest time you held a grudge with somebody. How long was it? Okay, we're not giving names. I'm just saying.
Might still be going.
Okay, but think about the longest. And by the way, let me kind of bring it close. I'm talking family. I'm talking blood. I'm not talking like a friend. A friend, okay. I'm talking maybe even best friend. What is the longest grudge you ever had?
Like years.
Give me a timeline.
10 years. Go on,
honestly, Rob.
2 years, and it was my best friend from 7th grade up until 3 or 4 years ago, where we started arguing about the COVID vaccine. I didn't take it. My employer mandated it. I said no. I lost my job.
Your employer, Valuetainment, made you take the vaccine.
No, not this employer.
Freaking, let me talk to these guys.
My previous employer worked in radio. They mandated it. I said no. My best friend worked for Live Nation at the time. He took it. We had several arguments. I tried to explain to him why I didn't think it was necessary for me to take it.
Yeah.
We didn't talk for 2.5 years until he finally came back and said, hey, I'm sorry about that. You were right and I was wrong.
He said that.
Yes.
He said that to you.
Yes. And again, best friend for 20 years.
Holy shit.
You guys better now?
Yeah, best friends again.
Shout out to your best friend for acknowledging that he should have been better.
What's the longest you've gone with a grudge? Family or a best friend?
Couple years.
Not friend.
Couple years.
Okay. What's yours, Tom?
It's probably family, about 5 years.
Vinny.
Vinny's still holding on to that grudge.
But when it comes to friends and stuff, and this past 2023, I called the 2 people that I was not even talking to, and I initiated the, hey, whatever it was, I'm sorry, I forgot about it. One never got back to me. The other one just 2 days ago hit me up.
Now, let's categorize grudges.
Yeah.
Okay, let's categorize grudges. One grudge is what? Hardcore betrayal. That's permanent.
Forever. Mm-hmm.
Set that aside, right? Let's set that aside. We're not going to talk about, well, why don't you go and apologize to him? No, bro, that's betrayal, okay?
Bye.
That is gone. All right. Let's put the other grudge as what? You're offended. Cool. All right, let's put that over here. Let's put the one in middle. Disrespected and did something that was a real stupid thing that one or the other person did and they apologized, right? How long can we go with a grudge? 2 years? 2.5 years? 3? I don't know. It ain't 50 years, okay? So what's the point here? Dude, America's so sick and tired of holding grudges against the other side. They want to sit down and say, dude, I don't hate you as much as you think I do. Yeah, you and I had different things with vaccine. Why do we let the mainstream media make me think you're a horrible person? Why do we think the mainstream media make me think that you're an idiot for not taking a vaccine? You know what, bro? I effed up. Yeah, I effed up too. All right, cool. You want to have a drink here? Let's smoke a joint. And that's what Bill Maher is doing here, right? Yeah. I don't know if America can go for too long holding a grudge. I don't think it's a natural thing that we have in our bodies. Some of us, again, what's betrayal? You can't, like, you know, snake. I saw something the other day. A snake betrays you, and then they shed, and then they may look a little bit better, but they're still a snake.
Yeah.
They're still going to betray you. If you keep, forgiving a snake in your life, you're the moron, okay? That guy's DNA is to betray you consistently over and over and over again. But for everybody else, you know, in this community, that guy's a Democrat. So guess where Seth lives in? He lives in Hollywood.
100%.
What does Hollywood look like?
Oh, God.
Hollywood is him. They're invited to the same parties. They're on the tabloids. They're on all the magazines. They're being talked about. You're in that space. The managers, the CAA, the WME, all that stuff. He is in that community. What do you expect him? What do you think the people around him believe? The same exact thing he believes in. What is Bill Maher on? He's sitting there debating, conversations, challenging, all this other stuff. The fact that we're having these conversations, as crazy as this sounds, we are getting closer to each other. This doesn't mean we're going to be 100% over it. It just means we're making progress. This is a very good sign when you see these two guys talking to one another. We're going to say something?
I agree. But when it comes to the powers that be, though, the one that he's talking about, that's the science, the Fauci's, the president saying it's a winter of death, it's a war on unvaccinated, that's a grudge path. I don't give up on.
But that's not your friend, though. Remember, I 100%. Said family or friend. That's not a friend. That is a divider. I have a list of people whom I watched how well they divide. Oh, my God. I got a list of, who's
one of the top ones?
I'm talking in my personal life and business. There's a few guys, and I studied their playbook.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, you are so good. And I called them out one time, and I said to his face, I said, hey, this is what you do. You know that, right? You do da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I watch you do.
To divide people.
Oh, I said, and say, you do da-da-da-da-da-da. And he's like, no, you think so. I said, no, man, I've seen you do it to this guy, to that guy, to this guy, to that guy, to that. You're so proud of what you do. You're so good at what you do. So with that guy, that's not a friend. That's not a grudge. That's a dark human being that I'm not trying to befriend. I'm talking about somebody you love.
Care about.
Friend, family, care about. That now you're saying, I hate you. How the hell did we get here? What happened? Did you truly betray me? Maybe you did. Okay, then you're in this category. Don't worry about it. We don't need a friendship ever again. In America, yesterday the Tico and Dylan are saying, so Dad, what do you think about our country being called SA? I said, what? He said, yeah, America's SA.
What the hell is that?
SA? So I'm like, okay, here we go. Another FNAF book you read, Five Nights at Freddy's, that I have to sit here and learn about another character. He says, no, we're SA.
What the hell is that?
I'm like, what the guys?
Like,
please,
SA, what's up, fool?
He says, no, we're the States of America. We're no longer united.
Oh,
wow.
Damn.
That might have been me, Pat.
Tico and Dylan.
Might have said that.
Yeah, Tico and Dylan, they're like, we're no longer USA. We're the SA. We're the States of America. Wherever they picked it up, maybe
I think it might have been me.
Bad influence.
That's
of
my boy.
but
it's not bad influence. It was true. It's true.
Vinny's already dividing my
States of
boys.
America.
I'm holding a grudge right now. I'm telling you publicly. Me and Vinny have a grudge officially today.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.